What is going on, people? Welcome back, Nick J. Francis channel once again. Arsenal versus Ipswich. Boxing Day fixture. I know it's not Boxing Day, but it's all part of the Boxing Day fixtures. Do you know what I'm saying? Arsenal trying to keep as much pressure on Liverpool as possible. I'm here in my dressing gown, nice and comfy, because, you know what I'm saying, it's Christmas vibes right now. A little Christmas present to myself, like that. Arsenal are still fourth. We are still fourth, but a win is going to take us all the way up to second, because Chelsea have dropped points. Yesterday was a great day if you're an Arsenal fan, because Chelsea dropped points, City dropped points. We thought Liverpool might drop points, but it didn't happen. Spurs, Man United, all the big clubs failed, and the only one that didn't was Liverpool, and that is exactly why they're in pole position right now to be that's why they're in pole position in the title race right now. That's why everyone's looking at them like they're the guys that are going to go on and win the title, and they're on 42 points already. 42 points after 17 games is pretty impressive. We are nearly 10 points behind them, and so Ipswich is a game that should be a pretty routine, straightforward game. The problem is that obviously the gap, if there's a lot of pressure on Arsenal, normally this is a game we go out and smoke and, beat, but there's a good amount of pressure on us because we have to try and keep as much pressure on Liverpool as possible. Even if we do win this game and go up to 36 points, we'll be 6 points behind Liverpool and they'll still have a game in hand. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. But listen, all we can do is just try and be there so that if they slip up, if they make any type of mistake, we will definitely be there to pounce as soon as possible. Obviously, Arsenal are suffering with an injury situation right now. Calafiori still working his way back from injury. Saka is really the notable one who's picked up an injury. So it's going to be what you'd expect from us in terms of the starting 11. It's just going to be Trossard coming in for Saka and Miles Lewis-Skelly continuing to get his starts at left back. And we'd probably expect to see Calafiori at some point coming off the bench. So it's David Raya in goal, Jurriën Timber at right back, Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back, William Saliba and Gabriel centre backs. We've got Declan Rice with Havertz in the midfield and Ødegaard, Jesus, Martinelli and Trossard. And you know what? Havertz in the midfield. When he first signed, he was signed as a midfielder. He was signed as the player to take over that left 8 role. And he just didn't, he flattered to deceive, as they say. Do you know what I mean? He didn't look very good. Big up Amad Diallo in the chat, and big up my boy Ricky in the chat as well. Trossard needs a big performance. Amad said, let's watch boring Arsenal. Amad, you're a hater, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, should I get into how many goals we've scored this season versus you lot? Do you know what I'm saying? We've scored 34 goals so far this season. You man have scored 24. So the only reason Man United are entertaining is because we enjoy watching you man get smoked. Do you know what I'm saying? So you stay there. But yeah, there's big pressure on us to keep up with them, and we have to deal with the injury of Saka, which I think, controversial take, I think it could help the team, actually, because if you look at the way that we play, we can be a bit stale. We can force the ball to Saka constantly, and actually having him be out means that there's a good chance that we can diversify our play a little bit. We may go out to Trossard. We may go out to Martinelli. They're just going to offer something a little bit different. It also means that Martinelli and Trossard can switch positions quite a lot if the game calls for it, because neither one of them is a natural right winger. They're both natural left wingers, right? So I think that there's a world where this team is a lot more free flowing than we expect them to be. Jesus has been on good form. When a striker like Jesus is on good form and feeling good, you just have to keep feeding him the ball as much as possible. And this team in this Ipswich team is not a bad team at all. They've got Liam Delap up top, who has been one of the standout players of the season so far. They've got Amari Hutchinson sitting in the midfield, who is an ex-Arsenal player, of course. They've got Calvin Phillips in the midfield as well, in defensive midfield, who right now, Calvin Phillips is not really a hot prospect, but a couple of seasons ago, he was a starter for England. He got a big move from Leeds to Man City. He's a talented player as well. So, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it won't be a pushover. It won't be just a knockover job. Ipswich will be here to play. And but they've only won 1 in their last 5. They're struggling to score goals as well. They've only scored 16 goals, I think it is, and they've conceded 32. So their goal difference isn't great. Meanwhile, we're on a hot run of form in terms of goal scoring. So you should feel confident. Let's see how much the boys have had for Christmas dinner and how much they've recovered from their Christmas meals. But I should be seeing a 2, maybe even a 3-0. I don't want to overgas it and jinx us, but 2 or 3-0 standard is what I would expect I think it's going to be really difficult, you know, not just not having Saka, but the amount of games we're going to have to go through and not have Saka at the same time is going to be really challenging. But, you know, that's something that we're going to have to figure out. You know, in terms of the bench, we've still got some good attacking options on the bench. Kieran Tierney's on the bench. He's a player that apparently could be going in January, or as of January, he's free to talk to clubs that are not in England. Thomas Partey, he did an interview in the midweek. I don't know if anybody saw it, but he spoke about how he did play right wing for Atletico. So I don't really want to see Partey right wing, but listen, needs must at the moment. We don't have any real natural wingers. Jakub Kiwior on the bench, probably another player that's going to look to go in January and go and get some game time. Maybe Napoli is interested in him. Zinchenko, sort of the forgotten man. Jorginho, Mikel Merino, Neto is the backup goalkeeper, Calafiori and Ethan Nwaneri. And so the only concern that I have with this Arsenal team is, you know, a fraud. I think Ricky's referring to Thomas Partey. Referring to Thomas Partey as a fraud. Allow my boy Thomas, man. TP5, bro. Respect Thomas. But the only real worry I have is that we have no attacking options off the bench. You know, we have Nwaneri, who's an advanced player. Partey and Merino are midfielders, potentially like kind of holding midfielders. They're not really out and out attackers. And so with one injury to Saka, suddenly all of our attackers are starting the game, which is obviously a problem. There's talk of us looking at Matheus Cunha in January. I think that could be a really interesting signing. I like the signing if it's a stopgap. If it's a stopgap signing and we go and get Isak in the summer, Isak is the one that I want, or one of the players that I want. I do like Benjamin Šeško a lot. It's not as hot on Dusan Vlahovic, but Dusan Vlahovic, that could work as well. But I think someone that's acclimatized to the league, someone who's just a cold finisher, link-up play, Thierry Henry regen, I think Alexander Isak just makes the most sense as a player. Who's going to take the corners? I think probably see Trossard or Martinelli taking corners. Whichever one doesn't take the corner will drop back. I think Trossard on the left side will take corners and Martinelli will sit back and try to stop them from getting on the counter-attack. Rice has taken corners, but he'll probably need to be in there to be a bit of a danger man in the box. So, but it's calm. We don't just score goals from corners. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not just set-piece people. That's a narrative. Do you know what I'm saying? We scored bare goals. Last like 3 or 4 games, we scored like 10, 15 goals from open play. So we're here. Do you know what I'm saying? We're scoring quite freely. Look at the Crystal Palace game. Do you know what I mean? That was a game that we covered on the channel, and we balled out in that game, and Jesus got himself a hat-trick, and none of them were set pieces. So, do you know what I mean? But Amad Diallo in the chat, you run your narratives, bro. You run your narratives. It's cool. It's cool, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Hope everyone had a good Christmas as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Hope everyone got what they wanted. Good Christmas, good New Year. Back in all that food. Who's going to be the biggest threat from Ipswich? Definitely Delap. Delap is the boy, man. Liam Delap is killing it. He's been doing well. He's only got himself 6 goals, but 6 in 17. And he got himself an assist as well. He's a danger man. And of course, Amari Hutchinson. Do you know what I'm saying? Amari Hutchinson obviously left Arsenal to go to Chelsea. And he was arguing with Arteta that he wanted more game time, then went to Chelsea only to get loaned out and couldn't get any game time at Chelsea. So that was kind of a stupid thing to do because you could have been breaking into the Arsenal team and challenging for league titles, but say no more. Good luck to you, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think Saliba against Liam Delap. I mean, you know, Saliba's dealt with, you know, bigger and tougher challenges than Liam Delap. So, you know, you'd expect Saliba and Gabriel to deal with it. Although I will say in that Crystal Palace game, Saliba looked a bit not shaky, but didn't look quite right to me in the last game. He just looked a little bit, some of the passes and some of the decision making, not quite right. It didn't really, even the goal that Crystal Palace scored when Sarr was coming forward, Saliba just didn't really put a challenge. He was backing off, and Sarr took that shot, and that's how Palace got their goal. So I do want to see a little bit of a better performance from Saliba because although we like him, you know, and I love him as a player, he's not above getting criticised. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's got to hold some criticism there because that last game, like I say, he wasn't terrible at all. He had a good game, but there were just a couple moments where I felt like, you know, just wasn't quite at his level. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. When you're a good player like that, you set a certain standard. And so anyone below that standard, anytime you drop a performance below that standard, people are going to ask you questions. Do you know what I'm saying? Amad Diallo's got a question. Not football related. I saw Mighty Mouse video after Usyk fight and he said boxing round should be at least 5 minutes in order to be interesting. Do you agree? I don't know who Mighty Mouse is. We've just kicked off, by the way, in the Arsenal Ipswich game. But no, boxing rounds should not be 5 minutes. I don't know who Mighty Mouse is. I don't know if he's a boxing guy or MMA guy. That's ridiculous. That just doesn't make any sense. Saliba just giving the ball away again. Just like I said, he's brought the ball down from the air and he just passed it straight to an Ipswich player. And the ball's just flashed across the Arsenal box and Liam Delap almost got onto it. And who's that? Is that Trossard on the left? It looks like Trossard on the left and Martinelli on the right. Which makes more sense because Trossard is probably more of a goal threat in terms of direct shots than Martinelli is, right? So Trossard is the person that can cut in. Martinelli's going to look to get down the byline, put a cross in. Miles Lewis-Skelly. Yeah, Lewis-Skelly's going to have to be a player that we watch because, again, talented, but just needs a little bit of time to bed in type of thing. Big up, I need a draw for Arsenal so Chelsea can stay second. Ravage, you're a hater, blood. Support the man then. Ravage, I swear you ain't even from London. Aren't you from like the Midlands or something, Ravage? Supporting Chelsea. You're a joker, man. But Arsenal going to win this and go second, man. Yeah, Mighty Mouse. Yeah, see, I knew it. When you said 5 minute rounds, I knew it was going to be an MMA guy. That's just ridiculous. The thing is with MMA, the majority of the time you're in the ring in MMA, you're not getting hit in the head. In boxing, the majority of the time you're in the ring, you're getting hit in the head. So you can't compare boxing, which is 3 minutes of mostly getting hit in the head, to MMA, which is going to be some parts getting hit in the head, some parts are going to be on the floor, submissions, wrestling, all that kind of stuff. So it don't make any sense. Do you know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. You were born West London. Say no more. Shout out to West, man. I'm a West London man myself, innit? So respecting it. But as a Caribbean man, as an IC free brother, do you know what I'm saying? Man's always going to support Arsenal, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the man them club. So man can't support them racist Chelsea, man. But yeah, you want to support a racist club, Ravage, that's up to you, man. Do you know what I'm saying? More power to you. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do, man. Them EDL clubs and that. Say no more, man. I hear it. But yeah, boxing can't be 5 minute rounds, man. You could die from boxing for a long time. So yeah, you disagree. No, facts. You can't box for 5 minutes, bro. It's ridiculous. Also, MMA is 3 rounds. Unless it's a title fight, which is 5 rounds. Boxing is 12 rounds. Just doesn't make any sense. If anything, if the round is shorter, that would make it more interesting because then you have to get more action into. That's what they do with the women's boxing. But the argument is that women's boxing should be a little bit longer. Havertz just brings down Liam Delap. Man said racist club. Let me ask Adebayor and Zaha, brother. Man know about Chelsea already. Himanshu's another Chelsea man. Himanshu, what are you saying, man? Long time no see. Hope you had a good Christmas and that. Himanshu was up in the mountains before Christmas. Are you back home now? You still up in the mountains, man? Man in them Indian mountains, bro. Arsenal don't really look quite settled. And it's annoying that we don't have another left winger, man. We could have done with, this is where Arteta has to hold some fault, because we could have done with like a Reece Nelson here. Trossard nearly ran himself into some trouble. We just don't really look settled. Ipswich trying to put it on us early. Man, if you're in here, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Back home, say no more. I saw another watch along too. They said they have to fight until someone gets KO'd. Man, are just chatting shit, bro. Man, bro, that's not boxing, innit? It's just not boxing. Boxing, most fights don't end in a KO. Boxing is touching your opponent to score points. If you can get the KO, then that's a highlight. The knockout should be a highlight reel. Like saying they should fight until there's a knockout is like the European Super League that they tried to do recently. Like it's not realistic, innit? Like the man are just trying to milk as much money out of sport as possible. You're supposed to score points on your opponent, and if there's a knockout, then that's a highlight. Man just can't make every fight a knockout highlight. It don't make sense. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem with the broadcasters and with sport right now. Everyone's just trying to milk as much money out of the sport as possible, and it's ridiculous. Ricky said, the problem is we've got too many techie players on, not enough calm and collected. Yeah, man could do with the thing is, you know, you've got someone like Jorginho and Partey, they could be calm and collected, but at the same time, you know, we need that ball retention and we need goals. That was almost a very good pass for Miles Lewis-Skelly trying to break the lines. Declan Rice breaking the line there for Odegaard. People say Rice can't pass forwards, and I disagree with that, man. Rice is a very good progressive passer. He just naturally likes to play safe, and obviously that makes sense because he's coming from a West Ham team, which wasn't the most attacking team. So the most important thing for West Ham was ball retention. However, this is now Arsenal, and the most important thing for us is ball progression. We want to move the ball forwards. But I think Rice can pass forwards, man. Himanshu, big boxing fan. Himanshu said, boxing is art. It ain't a gladiator sport. 100%. 100%. Bro, man need to remember, yeah, boxing has people die every year. Since we began recording history in boxing, we've had about 2,000 deaths in boxing. Arsenal with their first corner, by the way. We've had 2,000 people die in boxing, bro. You had 2,000 people die in MMA. So man can chat shit all they want. We have about 12 to 15 deaths in professional boxing every year. And man are coming up with things where they want to make people die even more. Don't make sense. Man die in the sport. Man don't die in MMA. Corner comes in, near post, Ipswich do relatively well. Erdegaard first time. Oh, Erdegaard has just sliced that ball. And that is going to be a highlight situation. The way he just mishit that. But fair enough. It's just like dropping out of the sky from 20 yards. It's a difficult one. Martinelli is struggling out on the right because Martinelli's got no left foot. I think that we should switch Martinelli and Trossard, personally. I think we should switch Martinelli and Trossard because you know what? Trossard has a weak foot, so he can go both ways. Martinelli can only go on his right, and once the guy kind of clocks that he's only going to go on his right, Martinelli's going to be useless because he won't use his left foot. Trossard in a 2-on-1. Where's he going with that ball? We get a throw on. Slice, Rick said slice. Yeah, that was a proper slicer. 100%. Amadiala said brain damage too. 100%. Boxing is a more lethal sport in terms of like serious injury. It's a more lethal sport than MMA. All these things man is saying about longer rounds. Remember, pro boxing used to be 15 rounds, all that kind of stuff. Like because of the brain damage and because of the deaths, they brought it down. Do you know what I'm saying? Like MMA don't have any of that history. So man are just waffling, isn't it? That's just what it is. Let them waffle. That's great feet from. Is that Lewis Skelly? That is Lewis Skelly. That's great feet. And they had to foul him. He's a techie. He's a techie baller, you know, Lewis Skelly. He's techie, bro. Let me get my cup of tea. I've got a little cup of tea, bro. Winter vibes and that. Rick, what are you saying? We're out on the town tomorrow, Rick. Rick, the man them are out on the town tomorrow. Bar Ashley Cole, who's been our best left back. Andre Santos. No, I'm joking. Bro, don't ever mention Ashley Cole in my stream again, bro. Get this bum out of here, bro. Erdegaard tries to take the free kick short and quick. Doesn't come off. This is what I'm saying about Arsenal, like where I say we don't seem comfortable. Like we're trying to do like training ground free kicks. We haven't really got a foothold in the game yet. Let's just get a foothold in the game, lads. And then we can start trying to do the extras. Timber does well. Timber's a baller, man. Timber is a baller. Even Timber's got more of a left foot than Martinelli does. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. 7 balling you again. Pause. Yeah, big pause on all that. Out on the town tomorrow with the man them. Rabbit said, I want to put 2 bills on Shakur to beat Floyd, unanimous decision, but I want to put a bill on Bivol by split decision. A Bivol split decision. Bivol split decision. Interesting. I think if Bivol were to outbox him, I think it'd be fairly comprehensive, though. I think it's more likely if Beterbiev wins on points, it could be a split because it might be difficult to score. But if Bivol outboxes him, I think that's a lot easier to score. But who knows? We're going to be covering that card as well, February 22nd, the greatest boxing card ever assembled. Do you know what I'm saying? So, man said, I waited to ask your opinion. I hear it. I appreciate that. Man rated man's expertise. Yeah, I think Bivol split this. Beterbiev split decision makes more sense. It's nearly a good pass from Gabriel. straight through. And we're trying to break the lines, Arsenal, which we are trying a lot of progressive passes through the low block. Miles Lewis-Skelly does really well there again. Lewis-Skelly's drawn 2 or 3 really good fouls. The rest played advantage. He just turns so quick. He just drops the shoulder and turns so quick, Lewis-Skelly. Very, very difficult to deal with. Lewis-Skelly's a player, 100%. He's got to make mistakes, though. I'm saying, let's not be Man United fans and jump on him when he makes a mistake and attack him. Let's not be brittle like them Northerners. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when he makes mistakes, support him. But yeah, 100%. He's a techie. He's a techie left back. And I said Calafiori. I don't even think Calafiori's on the bench, is he? Oh, no, he is on the bench. Okay, Calafiori is on the bench. Yeah. All right, cool. That card is insane. It's the greatest card, bro. February 22nd. Shane and I are going to be covering it. We've got 21 live streams in January and February. We've got 21 live streams. A lot of that is football, but a lot of that is going to be boxing as well. We're going to be covering pretty much, boys, any boxing cards we can cover, bar like when I'm in the office, we're going to be trying to cover them. We've got a new A coming up. We've got J. Opataya coming up. I can't even cover it. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, UK time on a Wednesday. So I can't even, I'm going to be in the office, but we're going to be doing videos about all that kind of stuff. We've got some boxing videos coming up with some world champions and top level contenders. We're going to have them on the show. We've got a lot of stuff cooking. I'm getting back into boxing myself. So there's going to be some training videos and different things coming up. So yeah, man, I mean, you've got to stay locked in. He needs to make the mistakes. 100%. That's how man grow. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but we should be a team at a stage where if an 18-year-old left back makes a mistake, it doesn't cost us the game. Martinelli, poor back pass to Timber, and Amari Hutchinson nicked in, but Arsenal were quick to jump onto him and get that ball back. And that's what I like to see. We're just struggling with a bit of penetration here at the moment. 85% possession. As you'd expect, we've got all the ball. But Ipswich are a very defensively sound team. And what I do like about Ipswich is they're coming out to come and win the ball. They're not just sitting in their box. They're coming out. They've got 11 men behind the ball, but they're coming out to retrieve the ball. That's a great ball into Jesus. Little flick to Havertz, but the flick Havertz wasn't quite on the same page. Players like Jesus are very, very difficult to play with. Jesus, Firmino, those types of players that like to flick the ball and stuff. Yep, Noakes. Both the Noakes brothers are going to have some videos coming up with them in the new year. When I tell you, man, the videos, ideas that me and Shane have got, yeah, we've got some Misfits content coming up. I don't know if you guys know Lauren. Lauren's going to be going to the Misfits events and meeting some of them fucking OnlyFans gal and some of them like El Brook and them like interviews with them, all that kind of stuff. We've got all of that kind of stuff coming. The Noakes brothers, Johnny Nelson. We've got enough things, bro. Enough things. Yeah, Delap is a player. Delap is definitely a player. He needs to go to a team that's more attacking to really show what you can do. Because I was saying before that I don't think you were here, Ravage. Oh, it's a great ball over the top. Jesus, what can you do? Martinelli was brought down, cross into the box. Trossard, Odegaard, someone's got to have a shot. We're passing the buck a little bit. Someone have a shot. Trossard goes for the shot. And I think the shot was 2 or 3 passes late. And Trossard and Odegaard, I'm a little bit disappointed in both of you there because you two are supposed to be our shooters. 2 of our shooters anyway. And I will say, you know, playing with someone like Jesus must be very difficult because he does, same as Firmino, because they do these little flicks and tricks and stuff when they get the ball, you know, when it works, it's beautiful. And if you know them well, if you played with them for a long time and you've got that relationship with them, it can work. If you don't really know them, it's really difficult to read what it is that they're going to do. And that's where him and Martinelli have a good link up, but that's where Saka could really add to it because Saka's got good link up and good relationship with Jesus as well. Brazilians. Oh, cross corner comes into the back post. It's knocked down. Odegaard. Can he get it back into the box? We're playing the ball a little bit slow, Odegaard. Trossard, ball straight back into the box. It goes over Havertz. Amari Hutchinson trying to hold up Declan Rice. Declan Rice does really well to rip that ball off of him. Gabriel as well. He's trying to hold the ball up now. Gabriel does well. We're doing well in the physical battles, but we've got to play the ball a little bit quicker. Rice has got the ball. There's not really too many to aim for. Looks for Timber at the back post. It's a difficult cross. Now, Ipswich try to come away with the ball. that going to be a yellow card for Timber? No. Ricky said Brazilians. I've always said they only play amongst themselves. Yeah, bro, 100%. That Brazilian link up, 100%. And they're both like on the fringes of the national team, and like them man, yeah, 100%. Fabio Vieira, I know he's Portuguese, but you could throw him in there as well. He said that when he came to the club, Martinelli really helped him settle and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that man there, it definitely makes a difference for the chemistry of the team, 100%. Yes, Dubois fighting Parker, I think, on that same card as Bivol Beterbiev. Or Beterbiev Bivol, it should be now. Beterbiev won. But yeah, same card. The difficulty for Ipswich is going to be if we score, because they're so focused on defending and trying to just grind out a draw. If we go and score, what do they do then? Do they come out of their shell a little bit? Or do they just try to hold firm and catch us on the counter? Ødegaard out wide. You know what? This is a game where we actually probably need Havertz in the 9, to be honest with you. Martinelli tries to get beyond the left back. The left back has just got his number. The left back has just got his number because Martinelli's just too limited. I think it's Davis at left back. Martinelli's too limited to play the right-hand side. And I think we should look at switching that. I've said it earlier. I said it about 10 minutes in. All Martinelli's doing is shimmying his shoulders and trying to get down the byline. And I just don't think that is going to be enough, in my opinion. I don't think that's going to be enough. Himanshu said, although I haven't watched much of Floyd Schofield, how is he? Good boxer. Good technical boxer. Reminds me a bit of like, he's a bit of a boxer, a bit of a scrapper. Reminds me a bit of like Keith Thurman. He's got that sort of style. But not good enough. And Shakur will probably deal with him. 17 minutes in. Keep an eye on Martinelli, man. Maybe even Martinelli has to go central. Jesus starting to come out wide. Again, Jesus can use his left foot. Trossard can use his left foot. I'm just, Martinelli's not varied enough. And there's not enough space for him to run in behind either because they're playing a low block. So Declan Rice looks much better as well. He's looked much better last few games, much more progressive. And I don't know if we just drop Jesus into a false 9 and put Havertz up top because we're going to put a lot of crosses into the box. And we've only really got Jesus to aim at in that box. And that's not really the vibe. We have to keep our heads. Miles Lewis-Skelly find a little bit of space. Every time we go forwards, we're not going backwards. Let's try and get through them. Martinelli's good when there's space to operate in. Havertz has got the ball into Ødegaard. Poor first touch. Rice on the edge of the box. I wonder if Rice might have looked at having a shot. Again, man, have got to banter us, but I think a corner is a good chance of us getting a goal. And I think that actually, we've got to test some of these passes. We've got to test the goalkeeper. Sorry, we've got to test with us some of these shots. Timber breaking through the lines. Timber with the strike. Unlucky, straight at the keeper. But that's better. That is much better. If the space opens up, let's go for it. Timber drops the shoulder once, drops the shoulder twice, sees there's a gap, and just starts driving through that space. Good power, good connection, just too straight at the goalkeeper. But that's what I want to see from Ødegaard. That's what I want to see from Rice. That's what I want to see from those guys. Havertz, I really doubt I'm going to see that from Havertz. But, Ødegaard and Rice, for sure. Rice will have opportunities to drive through. Jeez, they've got a black linesman. I've never seen a black lino before. Ever. Who's a player? Timber. Timber's a serious player, bro. A serious player. I think if we can get Calafiori to that same level on the left-hand side, we're cooking. We are cooking. I don't know if you guys have seen we're linked to Mateus Cunha as well. In the January transfer window, we're linked to him from Wolves. And the talk is slowly strengthening on Isak as well. Isak is the one that I want. But right now, with Saka out, we need attacking options. And Cunha's on a serious run of form right now. Trossard out wide. Good feet. Again, another foul from Hutchinson. Hutchinson should be on a yellow by now. There's about 3 or 4 fouls. Trossard of a looped high, just speculative cross. Martinelli against Davis. What could he do? At what point is Martinelli just going to try to get on his left foot? Martinelli trying to work himself into some space where he can run. Well, it's a lot of fouls from this Ipswich team, man. Ref, we've got to start seeing some cards, man. What's going on? Ref's left his cards at home. Trossard, a little bit of space. Tries a reverse pass into Havertz. Havertz is too basic. Like, you can't try to do anything fancy or techie with Havertz. Just play him the ball to his feet. Anything like, anything more complex than just playing him the ball to his feet is long. Ricky said, looks weak on the right. Bro, he ain't got a left foot, so he can't feint the defender because he's feinting, but the defender knows he's going on his right. So the defender's like, bro, where are you going? Like, you're only going on your right-hand side anyway. So, you know what I mean? You're dummying for no reason. Ødegaard looking for a pass. I think if we can feed the ball into Jesus, just like we have there, then back to Martinelli, that's better. It's good football, though. That is good football. Jesus does really well to win the ball back. Still does well. Tell you what, Jesus is a player, man. Jesus, he don't score enough goals, I know, to be a Arsenal starting striker and all the rest of it. I get that, but he's a player, man. No one can tell me he's not a football player, man. He's not a top level baller, but he's a player, bro. Cross comes in, speculative again. There's just no one to aim at. The ball's bouncing around on the edge of the box. Declan Rice, can you claim that? He can. Sorts out his hair straight after. I rate it. Martinelli with the cross. That's a good cross. That's a very good cross. Havertz has probably got to do a little bit better there. Trossard gets to the byline. Ball across the 6-yard box. Yes, it's 1-0. Havertz. I did say we need Havertz in the number 9 position. We need Havertz in the number 9 position for this game. Not every game, but for this game. And it's a ball, Trossard, simple, down the byline. And the reason that works is because Trossard can cut in on his right, or he can get to the byline and hit it with his left. It's because he can use both of his feet. Martinelli can't do that because he can only use one of his feet, and it's too obvious. The defender knows what he's going to do, and it's just too obvious. But listen, it's 1-0 Arsenal. See that goal again. Make sure that it's not offside. That's a great ball. That is a great ball. And that's what Trossard can do. Because all games so far, Trossard's been cutting in. He just shimmies his feet, gets it across the 6-yard box. Do you know what I'm saying? And any half-decent striker is going to want to get on that. And that's it. 1-0 Arsenal. Proper strikers finish. 100%. 100%. Arsenal. Now let's see what Ipswich are going to do. What are you going to do now? Are you going to, because they've been compact and they've been trying to rough us up and foul us a little bit. They're getting the ball into Arsenal's box right now. Bit of a miscommunication there between Timber and Gabriel. I think the keeper should have come and claimed that a little bit quicker, personally. And I said Havertz, just for this type of game, this is the kind of game where Havertz can be a number 9. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a set piece again, Amad Diallo. It wasn't, bruv. You're trying to run these narratives. Do you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know who can score set pieces, though? Wolves, blood. Wolves can score set pieces. How about that, blood? Do you know what I'm saying? You man 2-0 to Wolves, bruv. In Molineux, bro. Them man are keeping clean sheets, bro. Man said Amarin's new name is Amarout, blood. He's not even Amarin. He's Amarout. You know what I'm saying? Man, like Ruben Amarout, blood. You stay there about set pieces. Amad Diallo, didn't you get hooked? Didn't you get hooked yesterday, man? You dropped a stinker and got hooked yesterday, no? You didn't even see the full 90. You didn't even hear the whistle, blood. You had an early shower yesterday. Come on, bro. Nah, big man ting, Rick. Ruben Amaral, blood. I'm telling you, that's his new name. Big man ting. Now, Ipswich, look, Ipswich are going to start coming out and pressing a little bit higher. This is going to create space for us. You've been in Reformation for about 20 years. You've been in Reformation since Moyes. Big man thing, about 10 years at least. And your guys trying to play a back three. Apparently only one team has ever won the league playing a back three. One team has won the Premier League playing a back three. Who knows what team that was? Jesus does really well. Presses really, really well, Jesus. "26 minutes in, 1-0 Arsenal. I called a 2 or a 3-0. The prediction is still on. And that's what it should be against these teams, to be fair. Give a little bit of pressure on Liverpool as much as possible. Amad Diallo's gone quiet now. It's a poor pass from Rice, but he gets away with it. Rice trying to be a little bit of a quarterback. Timber just plays a little pass and runs off. Timber's so good, man. Big man thing. Timber's good, man. Here he is again. Oh, Timber, what play. Oh, Timber, what play. He wins it back. No foul, the ref says. Timber's a serious player, man. A serious player. Yep, Chelsea and Conte, bro. That's the only team you ill with. Yeah, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I got a bit of a headache, a bit of a just feel bunged up stuff. That nothing too serious. I mean, can't keep a good man down and that. Nothing too serious, but I feel a little bit rough. I do feel a bit rough. Do I think Atoma will fight AJ Fury or Usyk? No. By the time Atoma's fighting for, I think Atoma's a fight or two away from a world title fight. There's a chance he could be the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. I think that would be a mistake, personally. I don't think he's there yet, but no, I think AJ and Fury got 1 or 2 fights left before they retire, or they're retiring now. I don't think AJ is going to risk fighting a young, hungry knockout puncher like Atoma. There's no benefit for him to do that. Fury the same. Won't make enough money for them, and the risk is too much for the reward. Unless he wins a world title, he won't get those fights. They'll retire, and then he'll be fighting the new era of heavyweights. I don't think we'll see those fights. It's probably for the best. You know, Toma can go on and be the youngest heavyweight champion ever, but then he might have to. Shane said he should win the title and then vacate it. I don't think so. I don't think he should win the title just yet. I think he's a couple of fights away. He's knocked everyone out. He's amazing at Toma. He's a friend of a friend. Me and Rick know some of the people that know him, but you know, we've not seen him go into round 8, 9, 10, and that's a problem. You need that experience. I think he'd be hurting himself to go and get a world title right now, and then go and fight fighters that are way more experienced than him. You can't jump from Dempsey McKean to Alexander Usyk. It's just too big a jump. Nick, how many fights do you think Usyk will go on for, bro? 1 or 2. 1 or 2. There was talk of Arsenal coming forwards now. Havertz, can he find Jesus? He can. Great little pass and flick from Ødegaard. Oh, Martinelli's beautiful. It was beautiful play, but Havertz is brought down. Timber, or that's Lewis Skelly. I keep thinking that's Timber on that side. Trossard again, fainting. Rice, I want to see a shot. I do see a shot. I wish I didn't see a shot. It wasn't that bad, to be fair, but that's better. That's really good football from Arsenal, though. Tell you what, when Trossard just does a little shimmy and drops the shoulder, yeah, the defense is rattled, bro. Serious. Defense is rattled, man. Yeah, I think Usyk will go for one or two more. There was talk of him going down to cruiserweight to fight Joe Pataya. You know, if he could go and unify cruiserweight again, he'd be the GOAT, in my opinion. He'd be the greatest boxer of all time. He's close. I think he's in top 5 boxers of all time, ever, for what he's done. Some people disagree. Get well soon, bro. I forgot to tell you, I turned down a genuine DeLorean for Christmas. Why? What do you mean a genuine DeLorean? What do you mean? Typical Alexis, bro. Man's giving me half a story. I don't. Usyk will retire. So yeah, I think Usyk will probably retire. Fury versus AJ needed at Wembley. Yeah, I think Fury versus AJ at Wembley would be a big event, a big spectacle. I'd be really torn as to whether to do a stream for that or go to it. But to be fair, the amount of shit I talk about Tyson Fury, it's probably best I keep away from them. I should probably just do a stream for it rather than go there. I had to turn it down because I'd only use it from time to time. Lex, I don't know if I can believe you or not. After playing Among Us with you, I don't know if I trust anything that you say anymore. Hutchinson coming away with the ball. Ipswich looking to counter-attack. Arsenal didn't have enough numbers over. Lewis Skelly trying to hold up the winger. David Raya gathers really well. Really, really well. And Delap trying to get the ball out of his hands. Our defence is so good, and our defensive shape is so good that we forget how good David Raya is as a goalkeeper because we just don't have to see it. We just don't see it very often. Nick versus True Geordie. Who can gate Usyk more? What do you mean? If that's a Batty Man thing, I'm gonna remove you from the chat. I'm just warning you, blood. So be careful. What do you mean? Shout out True Geordie though. Who can? Do you mean who can hate Fury? You mean who can hate Fury more? Yes, it's tough. Obviously, Fury has actual beef with True Geordie. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you lot saw True Geordie done an interview with Fury, and Geordie asked him like a couple basic normal questions, and Fury he was off his meds. I don't know what's wrong with him, and he just fucking threw a hump and got aggressive and cut the interview off and stuff. So Geordie don't like him. But to be fair to Geordie, even though he don't like him and he's vocal about not liking him, he still scored the fight very fair. On the night, I don't know if any of you guys were here, I scored it 8-4, 116, 112, exactly the same as the judges, all 3 judges on the night. That's not hate. That's how the judges scored it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'd love to see Fury's dad offer you out, bro. I will punch up Fury's dad. Big man thing. He's old. Like, do you know what I mean? You can't beat Father Time. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's travellers in Manchester that want to fight him that he won't fight. So, do you know what I'm saying? Like, good luck to him. Them man are travellers in that, and that's calm, innit? But man's Jamaican, so it just is what it is, but we cancel each other out. So Fury's dad ain't on that end. He's not on that end, bro. Arsenal just controlling the midfield and creeping forward nice and slow. Not a lot of urgency for a second goal, just controlling the game. I'd like to see a second goal, obviously, just to give us a cushion. Trossard, that's a great pass into Jesus. Is that 2? Is that offside? Is that offside? I think the flag's gone up. Let's VAR that because that is an insane pass from Trossard. Let's see this pass again from Trossard. He just cuts the whole. Yeah, he's offside. That pass to Jesus is a great pass though, and Jesus just squeezes the ball between the goalkeeper and the near post. For I don't even know who that was that knocked it in. It's not Havertz. Is that Martinelli maybe that knocked it in? But I think. VAR will have a look, but I do think that was probably just offside. Trossard's a player, man. Trossard is a player. He can just do so much. He can do so many different things on the pitch. Good strength from Gabriel to hold off Hutchinson. Is it just me or like Ipswich trying to play really aggressive? I don't know why, but they seem to be trying to play really aggressive for some reason. What's that all about? Lewis Skelly's got to take this throw on proper in good times. Remember, Timber got a yellow card for wasting time on the last throw-in, or last game, not this game. It looks like there's a head injury there. Yeah, Jay-Z's just been hitting the eye as he's coming down. Man, I got to watch their hands, man. I just fucking bitch slapped him in the air. Man, she said Fury is a joker, though. He lost a lot of credibility for fighting Chisora and ducking Usyk for 2 years. Facts. Fury tried to do mind games against Usyk this fight and come in heavy, and he did mind games against himself, and it only hurt himself. But I think he does stuff like that so he can give himself the constant excuse of I could have won if blah 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 blah. But I mean that's not how the world works. It's a results business. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is right now. The ref has given a drop ball. Arsenal have gone to attack, and the ref pulled it back. So I'm not sure what the situation is here. That's supposed to be a non-contested drop ball, and Arsenal have contested it. All right, now we play. The thing is, Ipswich are trying to play a bit dirty, so Arsenal are trying to do the same thing, and then Arsenal getting penalised for it. But say no more. Arsenal should win that ball back. We do win that ball back. Havertz and Rice doing really well to just retain the ball. Just nice, simple ball retention. When Havertz is picking the right pass and playing sensible football, he's a good player. So sometimes he can just be a little bit silly and take unnecessary risks. Jesus does well to hold off the defender. Yeah, Ipswich is they're coming out of their shell a little bit, but that could work in our favour. We need to try to find those spaces to make that work for us. David Raya again, getting more involved in the build-up now. If any of you are Arsenal fans, yeah, if Arteta finishes second with no trophy, is that a sackable season this year? Ipswich trying to come on the counter-attack again. Amari Hutchinson, he's got Jesus one side of him. And Amari Hutchinson goes down a little bit too easy. No foul given. He tries to buy that foul from Jesus, then he handballs the ball. And the ref says, no, handball. Good refereeing. Good, sensible. There's been some good refereeing this weekend, actually. I thought Simon Hooper was good in, I can't remember what game he was reffing yesterday. I feel like since David Coote got sacked, they tried to buck their ideas up a little bit and ref the games properly, which shows that they can do it. They can do it. Because man don't really want to be finishing games and seasons and talking about the referees, but they make themselves part of the game too much sometimes. Right, in the midfield now, someone needs to come and show for the ball. And I have to say, it's Rice that's coming sometimes and Havertz, but it's got to be Erdegaard as well. Erdegaard's, not hiding, but he's not active enough for me at times in this game. He's to come and show for the ball a little bit more. He's the one that can get on the ball and receive it on the half turn and set us away. And he's not doing that at the moment. He's like, there's certain spaces in the game he wants to pick the ball up, and I get that. But, Lex says, as a non-Arsenal fan, that isn't a sackable offence. Outside of the top 5, and it's a conversation, you'd have 2 Premier League titles if it wasn't for 130 charges FC. True, but if we don't win the season, John Legend's at the game. Mad thing. Shout out John Legend. Bro. If we don't win this season, it looks like it's Liverpool, and Liverpool ain't got no 130 charges. So, one of Ipswich players is down, injured. I think he's toppled over in a battle with, I think it's Delap. Oh no, it's not Delap, it's one of their defenders. Greaves. That disgrace for me. What's a disgrace? What if Arsenal don't win a trophy this season? That's a disgrace in your opinion, Ahmad. The thing is, yeah, Ahmad and Lex are both biased, yeah, because Lex is a professional coach, isn't it? So obviously, Lex is biased, but he's never in favour of sacking coaches. No trophy. Ahmad Diallo saying no trophy is a disgrace. I'm inclined to agree. We're in the Carabao Cup semi-final. We're doing quite well in the Champions League in terms of we're probably going to get automatic qualification unless anything crazy happens. With 3 games, that's a great turn from Lewis Skelly, right in between 2 Ipswich players. That's why I want Ødegaard. That's what I want to see Ødegaard doing. Trossard finds Rice. Can we find a cross? We can find a cross to the back post. There's 2 players in there. Ipswich tried to hook it clear. Martinelli battling for the ball. This is where Martinelli's much better. Where there's chaos, when the game's a bit scrappy and it's a bit chaotic, Martinelli's a lot better. Bro, that Lewis Skelly turn was rude, bro. Rude. Man said no congestion charge in that. You can't touch him, blood. Ricky, that was like me trying to move away from Chloe on a Thursday night, blood. That was mad, bro. Just drop the shoulder and gone. Oh, bro, the Lewis Skelly turn, bro. Big man thing. Drop the shoulder and gone. Don't let them get near you, Rick. Who would you have who'd be better? Check 14th and see how bad it gets changing managers. Who we get is not up to me. I'm not the director of football. If Arsenal want to pay me a couple of $100,000 a year, I will sit down and analyse all the managers that are out there. I'm not sitting down and doing that for free. It's not my job to know who's better. Do you know what I mean? But as a fan, we have no trophies since he started, and that wasn't his team. He's made a team that looks better and has got a much higher, better output than the team he started with, but he can't win a trophy with that team. He might have been better. Maybe his football philosophy is wrong, because you could win a trophy playing the football you didn't want to play. Does that become ego if you can actually go and win trophies with a shit team that you don't really want to use? Do you know what I'm saying? Rick said, shout out Chloe, man. Shout out Chloe for real, man. Big man thing. Nearly 43 minutes in. Ipswich trying to fight back a little bit. We still need a second goal. I think Rice has done really well today, to be fair. I think Rice has done well. I think most of the team's done well. I just want a little bit more from Ødegaard. I do want a little bit more from Martin Ødegaard, personally. And Martinelli as well. I mean, Martinelli's playing out of position, so I'll give him a bit of a bly. But Ødegaard's playing in his position. I want to see more from him. Havertz. We've had 23 touches in their box. They've had no touches in our box. Timber. Referee. It's another foul, ref. How many fouls, man? Have these men got any yellow cards yet or not? Because what's going on, man? I don't know how they've... I know I've said the referees ref the game well, and he has. I don't want to change my mind now and say that he hasn't yet, but these lot are very lucky not to have any yellows. So they're just fouling all over the place, constantly. It looks like McCann's guidance on Mads. Yeah, bro. Yeah, big man thing, bro. I wish... If I go missing, I hope they spend that much time looking for me, blood. You know, like that. Serious. Ricky, what you say? No trophy this season. Sackable offence or no? More time needed. Rice looking for Trossard. Eventually, Trossard comes and wiggles off his marker to get a little bit of space. What I like about Trossard, yeah, is he just looks only interested in scoring goals. Here's Ødegaard on the ball now. What can you do? Because I've waited for you for 10 minutes to be on the ball. And he goes back to Saliba and starts pointing at what should happen. Ødegaard, I need more from you, bro. That's a good pass straight through to Jesus. That's better. Jesus out to Trossard. Trossard wants a shot. You can see Trossard wants to shoot so bad. He's just waiting for the right angle to get a shot away. But yeah, Trossard just looks like he's only interested in goals. You don't care about nothing else. Erdegaard, little flick over the top. Can we get a shot away? We can't. 45 minutes gone. How long are we going to have? 1 minute of added time. Fair enough. Only 1 minute of added time left. Just moving that ball around the left side. Let's just get a ball in the box, lads. Let's get a ball in the box. Trossard tries the ball in behind it, bounces back to him. Rice now. I think Timber's been brilliant this half. Better from Erdegaard. Just dropping the shoulder and going. Havertz on the edge of the box. We've got a bunch of players all trying to do the same thing. They're all trying to be on the edge of the box, finding that killer pass. Miles Lewis Skelly of a cross. It's a little bit too high. It's in though. It's still in. That was not a great cross, but Timbers kept the ball alive. Mandem, can we get a shot away, please? We're just going sideways. We need a shot. The ref's going to blow the whistle soon. And the ref blows the whistle now because it goes backwards. Yeah, annoying. Halftime. Let me just put up the little halftime. Halftime, 15-minute break. Everybody breathe. 1-0 Arsenal. I'll go through the comments in a second. Let me look at the stats. Where are we? They haven't had a single shot all game. They've had 16% of the possession. We've had 84% of the possession. We've had 4 shots, 2 on target. They've committed 5 fouls. 5 fouls. We've only had 2 corners, which is low for us. But as it stands, we'd go up into 6th. We go up into 2nd, but 6 points behind Liverpool. So that's as it stands. I think that it's pretty poor that we haven't got a second goal personally of all the ball that we've got. But let's go back to the comments. Ricky said, "Be mad to be sacked in the hardest league in the world for finishing 2nd. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I want a trophy. When we look at managers who would come to Arsenal, who is there?" Same point that Lex was making. Lex has just said, "I get what you're saying. He needs a trophy and should this season. I'm not sure you invest enough in your squad. If Nagelsmann became available, he's the level I'd want to replace Arteta." Yeah, I think. Look, you trust Arteta and you trust him, his decisions on how to build a defense, and you get the best defense back to back to back. For 3 seasons, this team has had the best defensive record, despite not winning any trophy. Best defensive record. We need the same level of investment in the attack before we can really judge him. We need the same level of investment in the attack, and then I think we can really look at it. That being said, how much do we put it on Arteta that we haven't invested in the attack? Since he's come in, we've bought 1 striker. That's Jesus. I know that we have Havertz who plays striker, but we've only bought Jesus and Trossard. Jesus is 45, not very expensive. Trossard is 27, a bit of a bargain for a player like him. That's 70 million. We've spent less on our attack than the cost of Højlund. Just Højlund alone. That's what we've put as our whole attack. Whereas you look at Man City, for example, they've obviously bought Haaland for 56 million, if you believe that figure. They've bought Savinho for 40 odd million. They've bought Grealish for 100 million. They've bought Doku. So they've spent 230 million pounds on their attack. That's a team that's already won the league, mind you. Then you've got Liverpool. Liverpool's team that's won the league in recent years, won the Champions League. They go and get Nunez for 60 odd million. They go and get Gakpo. They go and get Luis Diaz in recent seasons. They went and got Luis Diaz. There's continual investment in that attack. We have good investment and continued investment because we had the best defense. And then we bought Calafiori. And then we bought Timber. And so we've continued to invest in our defense. We haven't continued to invest in our attack. And we're seeing that. We can see that now, where the problem with this team is that we just don't score enough goals. We score a lot of goals, but still not really enough. Rick said, Nagelsmann is a shout, but then it's a whole rebuild culture, new to the Prem card, exactly that. Why y'all say, who is there? Have you heard of Slot? You can get a good manager. Yeah, but the world of football is not very big. Do you know what I'm saying? So yes, I agree with you in the sense that Slot, we don't have to know all the managers that are out there. None of us were looking at Slot. Slot comes in and does really well. I agree with you. 2 years ago, no one was looking at Ruben Amorim. No one was looking at this guy. A couple of years he does quite well. Eric Ten Hag looks to fail, but for every slot there's an Eric Ten Hag. That's the gamble. Are you better off looking at a manager that comes second 2 times back to back, possibly 3 times to become second again this year, and say, actually, let's invest in this guy? It's easier to get Arteta from second to first. With the right investment and stuff like that, you think that actually that's probably easier. You feel like Arsenal, or say, I know Chelsea got him, but say we got Pedro Neto, who was a winger that I really wanted. So we've got Pedro Neto as a backup for a winger. So we've got Martinelli and Trossard on the left, Saka and Neto on the right, and then we went and got Isak up top. I would feel very strongly that could win us the Premier League. I really feel that, you go and get an Isak, you go and get a backup winger, a Kudus or someone like that. We're not that far away. That makes sense. That investment makes more sense than uprooting everything and starting all over again, in my opinion. It's a hard place to be a manager at Arsenal, 100% managing those big clubs. Lex said 100% it's odd they're linking Osimhen to United and not Arsenal. Arsenal should be well ahead of United to get him. I disagree. Don't like him. Don't want Osimhen. Not my kind of striker. He's not a technical player. Good finisher, not technical at all. Ugly style of football. No link-up play. No good first touch. Nah, I'm good. You man have him. I'm good. Look, when he was trying to push for a move and no one actually went for him, he went to Galatasaray. I'm good on Victor Osimhen. No, thank you. I want Isak. Do you know what I'm saying? I want Isak. I would accept, if we got Dusan Vlahovic, I wouldn't be unhappy. I like his style of play. One for the future that's not for right now, but I really like Benjamin Šeško as well. Potentially he's a winger. I think Šeško's a rude baller. I think someone, again, like a Jesus, who kind of plays a bit of the wing. Jesus, or like a Salah, someone who's like kind of a winger, kind of a striker, like an inside forward. Benjamin Šeško is a rude player, but he's quite young. But no, I have no interest in Victor Osimhen whatsoever. And Amad Diallo just said Osimhen is crap. And not only is he crap, he's fucking expensive for what he is as well. Rick said there's a fact in what Nick's just said. There's no team in the top 5 leagues who would have had a committed centre-back pairing, who have not had a committed centre-back pairing and won the league. Average is 3 years of the same CB before they win. 100%. 100%. Already that's why we're trying to. The next big thing for us is tying these people down to contracts. Saliba and Gabriel's contracts are really important. They both speak French. They both have a really good relationship, and that relationship is super important. That's the part. Timber comes in, Calafiori comes in. We still got Ben White to come back, by the way, who I miss dearly. I really do. Like games like this, you put Timber left back and put Ben White right back. Ben White, the way he overlaps and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, he's had surgery. I think people forget how good a player Ben White is. I think he's fantastic. He comes back in, Calafiori's on the left. He can come back in. That defense is solid, really, really solid. Then we've got Kivior who can go. We've got Zinchenko who will probably go. That can generate some money. We've got to put that money back into the attack. So, Amadala says, sorry to say, Arsenal and England national team fans always appreciate second place. I don't think we do appreciate second place. That's why we're on stream discussing how we win the league. I don't think we do appreciate being second. But I think that what we appreciate is consistency. We like having a club that's very, very stable. I think Osimhen will offer you something different. I think he offers us something different, but I don't. Yeah, he's a good target man, but I don't think he's not much better than Havertz as a target man. And then we've got Havertz. So what do we do with him? Then we've got to work out what we do with Kai Havertz. I just don't like his style of play. The way that the things that he offers, Arteta won't play that style of football. So it's just pointless. Rick said Madrid/Barca are the best 2 examples, and Chelsea 05. Look at them before. Yeah, that defensive platform, obviously we've got the defense pretty much sorted out. We still don't really have the midfield sorted out either. Ødegaard is a mainstay, but who's the regular 8? Is Rice a 6? Is he an 8? What does he do? That part still isn't figured out. So the team is still evolving. We've got the goalkeeping part sorted. We've invested more in goalkeepers than we have in the attack, or the same amount. We've invested the same amount in goalkeepers. What was Aaron Ramsdale? 45 million, same as Jesus. What was Raya? 27 million, the same as Trossard. So we've invested the same amount in goalkeepers as we have in attackers since Arteta's come in. You can have Rashford for 60 million if you want. I wouldn't pay more than 25 million for Marcus Rashford. He's a long-range punt. His best years seem behind him. He seems to have discipline issues. I don't, he doesn't go to, well, there aren't any clubs bigger than Man United, but if he leaves us, he doesn't come to us for 2 years and then go to Barcelona or Real Madrid or PSG. If he comes to us for a couple of years, he goes downwards afterwards. That's a depreciating asset. I'm not spending more than 25, 30 million at a push. Marcus Rashford, I actually don't know that he starts in our team. There's a debate about who's better off the left, Marcus Rashford or Martinelli, and it's competitive. Who's a better left winger, Marcus Rashford or Martinelli? I actually think it's close. So I'm not spending 60 million on a player that doesn't upgrade our team. That doesn't make any sense to me. No chance. I don't think Newcastle will easily sell Isak, though. That's the part I don't care about. That's the part where, for us to act as a big club, you go and take players. Arsenal, Man United, City, maybe for a Chelsea in there in their ruthless days. We are clubs that are meant to go and take players. It doesn't matter if they want to sell. Who the fuck wants to sell top quality players? Nobody. This new Premier League. There are more people who are competing for trophies than ever before. You can't predict the top four in this league. At the beginning of the season, you could not have predicted the top four. You can't predict who's going to win the Carabao Cup. You can't predict who's going to, be in the Europa League places, Conference League. All of these players and all of these teams now have something to play for. In the old days, Arsenal want West Ham, want Rice, they just get him. Now, West Ham will go and win the Europa Conference League. That's really important to West Ham, and going and getting their star man is going to be expensive. Going and taking a Bruno G or a Isak is going to be expensive. But that's what we have to do. We spent 65 million on Havertz when we arguably didn't really need him. We could have easily put 90 million on Isak. Easily. That's the, whenever people say that, that's the annoying part to me. That comment fucks me off, because I don't care if they want to sell him. I'm going to go and take him. That's what we do. Do you know what I mean? That's all of us as supporters of big clubs. That's the way we're meant to operate. Arsenal should be bullying Newcastle. Newcastle have more money than us, but loads of clubs have had more money than us. Aston Villa's owners are richer than ours. That's been a thing for a long time of who's got the richest owners. Do you know what I mean? But we as Arsenal, we're supposed to get into the agent's ear. We pay bigger wages. We play Champions League football, and we can stop this player going. We've stopped players going to training. We've done all types of stuff to turn a player's head and make that club sell. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we should be doing with a player like Isak. Arguably, we should have got him in the first place before he went to Newcastle. But I don't think there's any player in the world, other than the top five, other than like your Mbappes and stuff like that. And even then, I think that if we really feel that Mbappe can come to Arsenal and get us a quadruple, we should still break the bank and go and get him to win us a quadruple. Because what that's going to do for us, not that season, but the legacy that begins to build. If Arsenal were to go and win 2 Premier League titles in the next 5 years, we are sailing as a club. Sailing massively. Do you know what I mean? Look how much cultural equity Arsenal had from the Invincibles years. And that was years ago. And we've still got that. So the investment in Thierry Henry back in the day, the return on investment for Arsenal is intangible. You can't even figure out what the return is for a player like that, because most of our whole generation of fans, especially African or French or black fans, are all down to Thierry Henry, who's one player. Do you know what I mean? So, Newcastle might not want to sell. I don't care. That's not my problem. I think Rashford's main problem is his mentality. His mentality is a big problem. He's just not good. He's just not. He's good at the things he's good at. He's good at, if he's got open space, he can cut in. He can whip an unbelievable strike. Other than that, no link-up play, no strength, no defensive tracking. Can't play multiple systems. Can't play striker. Look what we've got in our players. What we have in Trossard, Martinelli, Saka, Jesus, Havertz. What all of those players have in common is that they will play anywhere. They will play anywhere, and they will do whatever the managers ask them to do. If Saka's one of the best attackers in the league, right? He's top 5 right wingers in the world. In the league, he's probably second or third best. You've got Mo Salah, who's the best. is probably Saka after him. And still, if he's asked to drop back and defend, he'll drop back and defend. If he's asked to go and, play at left wing back, he'll play at left wing back. That's what we need from a player, from any player. And I'm not having any player coming in who's arguing. We've seen Havertz do multiple interviews and they say, what position do you like to play? Striker, number. He said, I don't care. Put me on the pitch. I'll do whatever I have to do for the team. That's what I'll do. And I'm not having any player come into the club who doesn't have that mentality. Do you know what I mean? The great Thierry Henry, when we signed him, Amad Diallo, because I've got a feeling you might be a bit younger than us, but when we signed Thierry Henry, he wasn't a striker. He was a left winger, and he didn't want to be a striker. And Wenger said to him, I want you to be a striker, and slowly moved him into being a striker. And he just said, okay, you're the boss. I do what you want me to do. And that's that. Simple as that. Rick said, honestly, very unpopular opinion. Arsenal have never replaced Vieira. The style of the Prem has changed, but a big leader, strong, and could play. We've not had one since the midfield. Yeah, I'd agree. I would agree. And actually, you look at the players coming out for the second half. You look at Vieira. The reason Vieira is a Premier League great, and the reason Thierry Henry is a Premier League great, of all-time great, is because Vieira can play in this era of football. The closest I've seen to Vieira, not just at Arsenal in the league, is either I'm looking at like Abu Diaby, I'm looking at maybe a Moussa Dembele, I'm looking at maybe even a Yaya Toure, right? Yaya Toure to me is like the peak of what Vieira could have been. And those players have played at different eras. Do you know what I mean? Vieira can play now. He can play in any era of football, any. And that's why he's great. Henry can play now. People are looking at Isak killing it and calling him an Henry regen and saying, oh, he's the new Henry. That's the standard. He can play in any era, Thierry Henry. Do you know what I mean? Alexa said, I agree with Nick. It's just kicking off for the second half. I was going to get through these comments quickly. Keep the comments coming in. Like the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Appreciate it, boys. I agree with Nick. We took Andy Cole. Go and take him 80 million. That's nothing to win the league. 100%. 100%. Ipswich have come out attacking straight away. Saliba is onto the Ipswich player. The Ipswich player slips. And we've got away with one now. I think that's a poor pass that's led to that. And this half, I need to see more from Ødegaard. I was saying it in the first half a little bit, but this half, I really got to see more. Oh, it's great feet from Jurriën Timber, such a player. I've said it a couple of times. What a player he is. Fabs wasn't a replacement. Very different player. I'd agree. Andy Cole is top 4 England strikers of all time, in my opinion. That is a shout. I think Lex would agree with you. Lex, Andy Cole, top 5 England strikers of all time, top 4 England strikers of all time for you. Declan Rice wins the ball back. Martinelli, can he get a strike away from there? He can. He gets a cross away. Martinelli, he's got to look for some strikes here. When Martinelli's in and around the box, we need more shots. For all the dominance we had, we only had 4 shots, 2 on target. We actually need more shots, boys. I'm not going to lie. Ødegaard goes down a little bit weak, in my opinion. Amad Diallo said Henry is great. 100% Henry is great. He is an all-time great because he can play in any era. Second half is underway though, boys. Please do like the video. No changes in either team so far. And Arsenal just looking a little bit reluctant to get a shot away. I think, especially Martinelli on that right-hand side, the shot, if he can get some good power, he can shoot across the goalkeeper and just make it really awkward for the goalkeeper. So if we do have the opportunity to get him in behind, because he's not going to get in behind very often. If he does get the opportunity to get him behind, get a shot away. Test the goalkeeper. I'm not saying the goalkeeper's bad, but he's not a top-level goalkeeper. Test him out. Maybe he makes a mistake. We get a goal. We get a corner. Anything like that. Ødegaard progressing. He's just run 20 yards. He gets a shot away. That's better from Ødegaard. That is much, much better. If they are going to be passive, they're coming out and pressing us a lot. If they're going to be passive, we're going to go and shoot. We're going to bowl you over. And that's what we should do to teams like Ipswich. Just bowl them over. Alexa said, easy top 4, take away penalties. Cole didn't take them. And he scored more goals than Shearer. Rooney is ahead. After that, it's a debate. Much better from Odie. Yeah. I mean, Shearer's got to be in that conversation. Rooney's got to be in that conversation. I think Rooney's one of the most underrated English players in my lifetime, for sure. Ipswich go long. Nice and gathered up really well. Yeah, Liam Delap's just trying to get a bit aggressive, but he's up against two very big, strong, no-nonsense defenders in Gabriel and Saliba. And a lot of people don't like what Arteta's done with his defence. I really enjoy it. For years, we've been told that Arsenal are weak and all this kind of stuff. And now we've got a team of big, strong, real men, footballers. And, I'm very happy about that. Martinelli's got a little bit of space he can run into. He goes wide to Timber instead. I'm not mad at that. Ødegaard's going to overlap. Cross comes in. Trossard. Shot blocked. Lewis Skelly now. Oh, Trossard again with these little line-breaking passes. Rick, I lie you see me play them passes on a Monday night, bro. No banter. You see me play them passes, man. Amad Diallo said, I like Rooney as number 8 more than I like him as a striker. That's because you're young. 100% you're young. Ahmad, how old are you, bro? You've got to be young. You've got to be under 25. Possibly even, you've got to be between 20 and 25 if you feel that way. 100%. 100%. Ahmad, how old are you? Big man thing. I need to know. Henry would be a top 3/5 player in the world today at worst, if not the best player. 100%. 100%. There's no one like Henry today. Not just from an attacking perspective. You look at Mbappe, quick. Henry was quicker. But quick finishing, Mbappe can't finish like Henry, not on a consistent basis. Not on a consistent basis, and obviously the game's more physical now, so people worry about Hutchinson coming forward now. Goes down with an easy dive. Goes down as a nonsense dive. He's dived twice. The ref has not bought it both times. Come on, man. Rick said, Henry is your favourite player's favourite player. Bro, Henry, you've got Premier League greats like Rio Ferdinand and John Terry saying that they couldn't sleep the night before games. They couldn't sleep the night before games because they were going to play against Thierry Henry. That's mad. Man are losing sleep. Who in today's era of football is making someone lose sleep? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not happening. Man are not losing sleep over Mbappe. They're not. Maybe for France. Maybe for France. Ødegaard coming forward as well. Can you find Lewis Skelly? The passing is just a little bit slow. It's good football from Ødegaard, but we could have got a little bit closer to goal with a different decision. Ødegaard's played well, don't get me wrong, but there's a level above I feel like he can go. Ødegaard, I feel like, is a little bit too focused on ball retention and not focused enough on goals. Rice picks up the ball in a good space, and he's brought down on the edge of the box. That's really good from Rice. Really, really good. Ahmad said, I'm 25. Well, I knew it. I told you, man, he's got to be 25 or younger. I watched Rooney as a striker, but I think he was a beast when he played 8 or 10 earlier in his career. Alexis said, not only could he play, his mentality and poise, the world stopped and enjoyed those Arsenal and Henry teams who weren't even mad. Bro, 100%. 100%. The mentality he had, everything. There was a time it was honestly, it was Ronaldo and Messi and then Henry. The thing is with Ronaldo and Messi, they just blew everyone out of the water. Once these two got into their stride, the conversation was, do you know what I mean? There was so many. I saw a video the other day, they were talking about top strikers. And I can't remember who it was. They were saying in their day, there was Del Piero, there was Fernando Torres, there was Didier Drogba, there was Henry, there was all these different, there was Tevez, there was Shevchenko, there was Nicolas Anelka, there was David Trezeguet. There's all these different strikers. And today, you've got several teams that need a striker. And you can't really think of who are the top strikers in the world. So obviously, you've got Haaland, Isak. And then you go down to players like Watkins, Tony, Osimhen. Really? They're the top strikers in the world today. It's different. It is different. Now we're stuck with Doku and Martin. But I'm not talking about wingers. I'm talking about just strikers. Strikers. Do you know what I mean? Wingers, you had, Dino and all these different strikers, all these different wingers. Free kick was poor, straight into the wall from Erdegaard. We haven't really taken many free kicks in recent weeks. Erdegaard, what can he do now? Just, again, fouled by Trossard. Ref has played advantage. Havertz on the edge of the box. Just giving the ball away really cheaply. And Havertz is probably going to get the first yellow card. He is going to get the first yellow card. I think that's a bit of frustration. I wonder if the ref should have actually blown the whistle for that foul. They're going to show the foul on Havertz, but they're not going to show the foul that was on Trossard. Trossard was just shoulder check to the floor, off the ball, nowhere near the ball. The ref played the advantage, to be fair, but I do think that could have also been a yellow card. Karim Benzema is in that class of strikers. Alexis said, I watched Rooney live throughout his career. 10 Rooney was levels. He scored 30. He scored 30 in 2012 and didn't want to play up front and do it. Rooney 8 was a kid in the park. Yeah, Rooney's a freak, man. Freak player. There's videos of teams lining up against Arsenal. Just the way the players look at Henry in the tunnel, they're just terrified, bro. They're just looking at him like, wow, like he's a superhero. Ball over the top. Martinelli just shoves off the defender, and the ref gives a foul. I'm not sure it is a foul. Let's see this. What? The ref has given a foul for that? Boys, have a look at this and tell me if you can see a foul in there. The ref has given a foul for that. Samuel Eto'o was another one. Bro, that's just strikers. Like, you can name 10, I think we could name 10 or 15 strikers from that era who would be in the conversation for best striker in the world today. Ricky said, Eto'o, unreal. My GOAT striker, R9. Sadly had a short career. Bro, and Adriano. Ref, what are these fouls? What are these fouls I'm seeing from Ipswich? What is going on? Is that one of their players just trying to push Lewis Skelly? And I have to say, I'm unhappy with the Arsenal players because he's pushing the 18-year-old kid. One of you should be over there and getting fucking stuck into this cunt. Who the fuck is he? One of you get over there and fucking go nose to nose with this fucking guy. Someone's got to go and put it on him and tell him to fuck off. Crespo. Oh, Seydou Doumbia. Oh, my God. Adriano. Bro. All in the same era. Come on, man. Champions League quarterfinals. There'd be 4 top-level world-class strikers all playing against each other. Ipswich, I feel like, just trying to rattle Arsenal a little bit. I said all game that they've been aggressive. They've been very aggressive all game. Arsenal have to stay disciplined. Jesus tracking all the way back. Look at that. You're not going to get that from Marcus Rashford. Miles Lewis-Skelly holding the ball up nice and strong. Jesus flying into a challenge of Hutchinson. Hutchinson puts a cross to the back post. Ipswich get their first. Can we clear that? It's not the best clearance from Lewis-Skelly. Shot blocked. It's turning into a little bit of a basketball match now, which is good. I do think that Ipswich have successfully, not quite rattled, but almost rattled Arsenal. They've just disrupted Arsenal's rhythm, I'll say. Hutchinson, another cross. Rice stops that cross on the edge of the box, but can't clear it. Never had quite complete control. Another cross comes in, flicked away from Gabriel. Trossard. That we're doing too much football. Just get rid of the fucking ball. Get rid of it. Gabriel gets the ball clear. Jesus flying into a challenge. It's one thing about Jesus. He is going to fly into a challenge 100%. I don't mind that from Jesus at all. Even Aguero recently. Yeah, Aguero. Benzema. Ricky said the favelas won't forget Fred and Adriano, 100%. Bro, if you look at some of the players that Brazil had, Brazil, Italy, and France in them days, the players that couldn't even get into their national teams were mad. Henri always said the best finisher he'd ever seen was David Trezeguet. Ipswich with a deep cross, a deep corner. Not corner, deep free kick, sorry. It's that sort of Ronaldinho versus David Seaman territory. Cross comes in, headed away. I think that's Havertz. They headed it or Rice, and it goes for a corner. And this is what they've been able to do. This is where Ipswich want to play. They've been able to rattle Arsenal, get free kicks, get a corner, and then, try and put it on us from corners. Defensively, we're very good from corners, don't get me wrong. But we've just allowed them to get into their game a little bit. And we need someone, I don't care if it's a Rice, who is it, Rice or Gabriel, when my man was grabbing up Lewis Skelly, who's one of the youngsters on the team, you could have stopped that by going over and getting involved. Corner comes in, Arsenal away, first time. Good. I think that was Timber or Jesus that got it away. Jesus actually not bad from corners for not the biggest person. Lewis Skelly headers back to the goalkeeper. Really good. Really, really good stuff. Let's take some control of this now. Come up to 60 minutes. Next 10 minutes between 60 and 70, I want to see Arsenal just in some control. Havertz picks up the ball wide and starts driving forwards. I've noticed this with Havertz. That was Odegaard. I don't know why I thought that was Havertz. The last game, I was so surprised at the urgency that Havertz played with, receiving the ball in the half turn and driving forward. It's not normally what we see from him. When he plays like that, he's so effective. Odegaard, we need you to get us into some goal-scoring opportunities. And like I say, Odegaard versus Trossard, the difference is Trossard is solely focused on goals. Odegaard is more focused on retaining the ball, which is why Arteta loves him, and that's really important sometimes. But in a game like this, it's a poor pass from Gabriel. Havertz mopping up, but Havertz is caught out of possession. Hutchinson, long ball over the top. Gabriel's got to get there first. Good strength from Gabriel. Good strength. Holds off Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips clatters into Timber off the ball now. And look, again, Calvin Phillips is now getting into a grabbing match with Lewis Skelly. That's twice. They're going for the easiest, youngest player on the pitch, and they're targeting Lewis Skelly and trying to get into him. And look at Calvin Phillips there. Look at Calvin Phillips. He's walking straight past Lewis Skelly and deliberately looks at him and tries to get a grab on his shirt. 100%. These men are some pussies. Calvin Phillips, you fat fuck. You fucking inbred. Fuck off. Them fucking stupid braids. If you lived with your black dad, he'd never let you get them braids. That's your mum that's let you do that to her hair, you fucking pussy. Let me go put some monkey emojis on Calvin Phillips' chat, this dickhead. Trying to bully the smallest you on the team, Twice these men have done that to the youngest player. I need to see Gabriel or Rice or even Havertz, take a lead on this. That's a good pass from Trossard. Another good pass from Odegaard. Can Havertz get the ball across? We'll get the corner. That's good play. That is good play. Ricky said, love seeing Lewis Skelly getting stuck in there. Bro, how are they trying to bully the youngest, smallest kid on the pitch, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? They're not trying to do that to nobody else. These men are some pussies. Lex is still living nostalgia, bro. Raul, Closer, Tony. Luca Tony, mate. What? Vieri, Larson, Anelka, Hasselbank, Keane, mate. Proper players. Even Robbie Keane, just proper players, man. Rice with the corner. We said before the game, who's going to take the corners? Looks like Declan Rice is going to take this one. Ball comes across. Can we get there? Oh, we got to the header first. It's just bounced over. Gabriel has headed it into the ground and then off. It's bounced into the ground and then over. That should probably have been a goal there from Gabriel. Should have been a goal. That should have been a goal. Now, big man thing. Look at Ricky. Look at Calvin Phillips' hair, bro. That's how you know. You know when you see a black man that are from up north, that's when you know man are from up north when they do that to their hair. Man shaves on the sides of them little doo-doo braids. Allow it, bro. With the fucking Amari on B2K looking, you got served trim. Get out of here, bruv. That should have been 2-0, really. Gabriel was headed it right on the goal line. Ipswich have got the ball. What can they do with it? Lewis Skelly, to be fair, he's not getting rattled. He's refusing to get rattled. And actually, you know what? Long term, yeah, these types of experiences, the man trying to bully him and that's going to work in his favour, you know? Honestly. Oh, they've just allowed that player, I don't know who that was, just drop the shoulder between Rice and Erdegaard. That is poor from Rice defensively. Rice has made his way back, though. Good running from Rice. He didn't get the tackle, but he made his way all the way back just to cover. And now he's saying, yeah, calm down. Everybody calm down a bit. Erdegaard, referee, ref. How's that not a yellow card? Liam Delap just is that Liam Delap? Bro, ref, that's got to be a yellow card, bro. Love the hate on Phyllis. No rice and peas in the house. Ale pie and chips, bro. 100%. That's why he's fat, bro. He's eating all them fucking northern starchy fucking carbohydrates, bro. That fucking idiot, bro. He's a clown, bro. He is a proper clown. Santi Cazorla in the house. What a player he is. Ricky and I were talking about this earlier. What a player. Santi Cazorla. Couldn't even get it. Bro, a player like Santi Cazorla couldn't even get into the Spain side. Because they had Navas and Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets and they had all these players. Bro, how's that not a... Man, look at that foul. How's that not a yellow card? He's just jumped onto his fucking Achilles. Both his Achilles. How's that not a yellow card? And he's just coming back from an ankle injury as well. Is it just me? Should that not be a yellow card, Lex? Or someone, please? That shouldn't make any fucking sense to me. I don't know how that's not a yellow card. Nowhere near the ball, he just dived into his ankles. Let's get a second goal and just put these men to bed, man. Hopefully Odegaard's all right. Obviously still coming back from that ankle injury, so... Ricky said he was booked. Was he booked for that, Rick? Are you sure? Oh, okay, yeah, he was booked for that. Okay, cool. These men are called the Tractor Boys. Now they're coming to London trying to move hard. Allow it, bro. It's another foul. Another horrible foul. Jesus goes up for a header. He just pushes Jesus out of the way. I'm hoping Erdegaard can turn some of this frustration into a better performance. Rice is onto Hutchinson. Boy, Hutchinson's trying to pick up little half spaces. Rice is onto him. That's good pressing from Rice. He's just pressed the goalkeeper into kicking it out for a throw. These men are rattled, bro. These men are rattled, bro. Let's put it on these pussies, man. I can't believe the way they're trying to bully an 18-year-old, you know, twice. That shit's pissed me off. Gabriel tries to thread the needle, but Trossard comes back. Gabriel lost the ball with not the best pass, and then Trossard just comes back and pickpockets. And Trossard, for me, is really the reason we're in front at the moment, to be honest with you. Everyone's played okay, but in terms of really, getting the ball to the byline and creating opportunity, it's only really been Trossard that's done that. Martinelli's not been great. Ødegaard's played a couple of good passes through, but it was all Trossard in the first half, playing the ball in behind and cutting through the lines and all that kind of stuff. It was all Trossard. We need more of it. Jesus hasn't done too much, but he's not really been fed the ball. He's done well in terms of his pressing and stuff, but we've got to do more. When we have the ball, we've got to do more. We've got 500 passes and like 80% of possession. We've got to do more with it. And Ødegaard, people talk about side to side with Declan Rice. For me, Ødegaard's just playing it too safe, playing it far too safe. Ipswich have put together a good little passage of play, though, a good little passing passage. But now they're getting towards Arsenal's box. Calvin Phillips, is he going to tee up a shot? 1-0 is just not enough. We need another goal. And just at the moment, I said between 60 and 70, let's get control. Now we've got to 70 and we've got even less control than we did 10 minutes ago. Ipswich are the ones gaining control. Now, they're not really creating goal threats, but they can at any minute. Calvin Phillips looks to go long. Saliba just nudged by Delap, I think. Saliba does well to just hold him off. Nice and strong. Good play from Saliba. And Timber brought down by Hutchinson. When is there going to be another card, man? Yeah, both the fullbacks have been good. Both the fullbacks have been very good, to be fair. That's like Hutchinson's 5th foul. How many fouls? They're going to make a sub now. Fucking nobody number 1 is coming off for nobody number 2. Bundies, man. Remember, Ricky, I told you, light-skinned man don't have the testicular fortitude to play top-level football. I told you, bro. On's coming Mikel Merino. I wonder who's going to be coming off. Jesus coming off now. Okay. So Havertz is going to go up top. It's a good game. Good game. Lots of clapping from the fans. Havertz is probably going to go up top then. And Merino go and sit in the midfield. I like that. Because he's going to give us some crunch. Because Mikel Merino, he loves a 50-50 challenge. He absolutely loves it. Mikel's probably sent him in. I'm guaranteeing Mikel Merino is going to get a yellow card before the game's done. 20 minutes, he's going to get a yellow. I guarantee he's going to get a yellow. Ahmad said, this is Arsenal's main problem, not killing the game. Now you may lose. Yeah, I don't know about lose. We're a long way away from losing. 20 minutes left. Ipswich, who haven't had a shot, would have to score 2 goals. I don't think we'll lose, but we could definitely make it more comfortable than it has been. But yeah, Mikel Merino's just going to come on and just rattle, man, bro. He's just going to come on and fist somebody up because he loves a duel, bro. Last season, he won the most 50-50 duels in the top 5 leagues. That's what he's in his team to do. So, and Mikel's probably told him just put a challenge on one of these pussies. Good turn from Ødegaard, drives into the box. Still going in the box. Still going Ødegaard. Oh, the finish wasn't the best. But that is great play from Martin Ødegaard. And that is a lot more of what we need. And like I say, when they go and foul Martin Ødegaard and they piss him off, this is what's likely to happen. Drops the shoulder, sees a little bit of space, goes. And once he gets in the box, it's like, bro, you can bring me down if you want. I wonder if he could have found a pass maybe once he got there. There were passing opportunities there instead of the shot. I don't mind the shot. Oh, that should have been a corner as well. It is a corner, actually. Even though it's a corner, the shot still wasn't the best, but it is a corner. Is Ødegaard going to take this one? It is Ødegaard to take it. I'd love to see Lewis Skelly score Timber at the back post, getting physical as he does. Can we make it 2-0? What a corner kick that was. They just floated it to the edge of the box and Rice hit it on the volley. And it was blocked off the line. But what a goal that would have been. Ødegaard again. Trossard now. Can he lift it to the back post? He cuts in. We'll take another corner. Arsenal, corner after corner. Great connection from Rice. That's a brilliant, it's a good stop, to be fair. It's a good stop. I think because he floated the ball, the keeper had a lot of time to look at where it was going to go, and then it was a good block. But what a goal that would have been. Chelsea lost after 80 minutes. Yeah, but Chelsea is shit, bro. We're a lot better than Chelsea, bro. Do you mean we smoked Chelsea like fucking 6-0 last season, so bun them, man. And Chelsea were playing Fulham, Fulham are like 6th or 7th. They're one of the top. They're one of like the top, not outside the big six. They're one of the best clubs this season. Corner comes in, not the best corner. Hits an area of the box where there were no Arsenal players. Ødegaard now, edge of the box. He's got players edge of the box. Doesn't need to go to the byline, and then he does lose it. They had players on the edge of the box though. That was the wrong decision. And Ipswich, with no brain, just kick it out, and Arsenal get it back. Can we come Marino? Can we find Mikel Marino? We can. Ball over the top, Trossard. Flicked on, Havertz. Any shots? It goes for another corner. Or is that it goes for a goal kick? We're knocking on the door now. We are knocking on the door. Havertz just couldn't get he couldn't get any proper connection on it. If Havertz could have got any half-decent connection on that, that's a goal. It's really good football, though. What are they looking at here? I think they're looking at a penalty shout on Gabriel, but I don't think they've given it. Ødegaard again, dropping deep to come and play the ball. Finds Timber really, really well. Ødegaard keeps releasing the ball and then just like staying deep, and then to find him again, they have to pass the ball backwards. Why does he not release the ball and then drive forwards? That's a great pass from him, though. Little step over pass. Mikel Marino goes for the strike. Trossard just missed the follow-up. We are knocking on the door, like I said, boys. Mikel Marino's got a goal in him as well. Ødegaard with his right foot, not the best strike, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it, though. It's a lovely pass. And Trossard, the ball is just inches away from Trossard. It's not the best save from the keeper. He puts it straight back into a fairly dangerous area. Trossard is running in, but just could not get any touch on that. Very, very close. We should definitely be 2-0 up. Definitely. Martin's really coming into the game, bro, because they pissed him off. He's a nice guy until he gets pissed off, bro. It's like when Jose said to Tottenham, like, you're nice people, you're nice guys. We need some bastards in here, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, unlock the bastard in Ødegaard. 100%. He's a techie baller, man. He can do it. There's times when he can do it. Mikel Marino cuts the ball out. That's what he's there to do. Trossard. Lovely from Trossard. Nice and sensible. Trossard is such a mature, sensible player, isn't he? Mikel Marino now. It's a good pass from Ødegaard again to Marino. Trossard just dubs in this. I don't know who this black brother is on the right wing, yeah. This number 18, yeah. But Trossard has absolutely dubs him all day, bro. Who's this? Johnson. Ben Johnson. brother, he's been getting dumped by Trossard, bro. Timber, one of the star men of the day, finds Martinelli. I forgot Martinelli was fucking playing. Erdegaard, we got people on the edge of the box. Mikel Merino tries to find that off, tries to thread the pass through. Erdegaard hit in the face. The ref doesn't blow. Should he not blow if it's a head injury? Now the ref blows because it's a head injury. But I saw that straight away. It's just whacked in the face a bit by a flailing arm. McKenna just giving Hutchinson some instructions. Probably telling him to dive again, to be fair. They're making free substitutions now from Ipswich. They obviously feel like there's more that they can do in this game to go and win it. Johnson and Delap are both coming off. See these subs, yeah? These lower down subs, these men are dangerous, innit? Because these men barely get any game time, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So one of these men will slap a shot. If they get the ball in anywhere in and around the 18-yard box, they'll slap a shot 100%. So Havertz just ran into the referee. Fuck's sake. Yeah, these men are always these unconventional, like, uncoachable man, bro. Long ball over the top for Hutchinson. Lewis Skelly's going to stand him up. Hutchinson, bro, just poor control and just ball goes out, bro. Delap could be a good striker for you. Fuck off, bro. Delap is shit, bro. Delap's good, yeah. He's not Arsenal good. Like, come on, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're looking at Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, bro. A man could not go from Ipswich to Arsenal, bro. Like, he scored 6 goals this season. Like, bro, no, like, he's good, but he's not Arsenal level. There's levels in football, like. There's men that are good, and then there's like playing for Arsenal or United. Like that's just, you got like that. Martinelli with the ball. He's on the left hand side. He feels a lot more confident playing on the left hand side. He's pulled down by the defender. He's absolutely spun the defender, and he's been pulled down. Big El Mohammadi. Is that the same El Mohammadi? I saw the name yet. I thought, nah, that's not the same one. That's not the same one. Bro, these defenders are shit, bro. It's just swiping at man's foot. Trossard with the free kick. It's almost corner kick position. What's Arsenal level? Declan Rice. Bro, we've been through this. Declan Rice is one of the best DMs in England. If you take away Rodri, who's a better DM than Declan Rice? Just out and out number 6 DM. Who's better than Declan Rice? He's top 3 in the country. Is Delap in the top 3 strikers in the country? No. Even when Declan Rice was at West Ham, he was top 3 DMs in the country, in the league. Cross comes in. Keeper's gathered really well. 8 minutes left. Arsenal still got some substitutions they can make. Ipswich have made 4 of their 5 subs. Over the last couple of years, look at the strikers you've had in the league, bro. We've had Haaland. Obviously, we've got Jesus, Højlund, Rashford. Who else is there, bro? Obviously, Cunha, Hwang. Like, there's bare man, bro. Watkins, Mbomo, Wissa, Mateta, Tony when he was here. Like, there's bit like, do you know what I mean? Like, Isak. For someone to sign for Arsenal, they've got to be in the top names in that. Like, Liam Delap is not in that conversation. He's not one of the top guys. even if you don't think Rice is one of the, even if you don't think Rice is like good, you can't list me 5 better DMs in the last 3 or 4 years in the Premier League. Who's up there? Rodri. I'd say it's Rodri. You've got Rodri, Caicedo, Rice. Basuma's been shit this season. Basuma would have been in that conversation. Who else is there? And all of them play for other Big Six clubs. Casemiro was good for 6 months. Rice does well again, just breaking up the play from Ipswich. It's coming into the last few minutes here. And they're probably going to look to put a cross into the box. Martinelli does well to disrupt the play. He's got the legs. Can he get a run on Martinelli? Can he run? That's all he's going to have to do is just run. That's great feet from Martinelli. Accidental, really, because he's not a techie dribbler like that. But, bro, I thought, with you saying you take Duran, I thought with Duran being more prominent at Aston Villa, does that make them more likely to sell Ollie Watkins? Because Ollie Watkins is one of the ones I wanted, like, maybe last year. I thought Ollie Watkins is the one. Duran is scoring some screamer goals, but that's not really coachable, though. Do you know what I'm saying? A man can't coach him, just go out and score a 40-yard screamer. But still, if they've got John Duran, does that mean that they'll be a little bit more likely to part ways with Ollie Watkins? That was my thought process. Do you know what I'm saying? But man can't say what's Arsenal level. Declan Rice. Declan Rice is a better midfielder than everyone in Man United. He'd be Man United's best midfielder. Casemiro can't run. Kobe Mainoo is like 19 and he's fat and overweight. He got one decent paycheck and he went and spunked it all on fucking Hawksmoor blood, and now he can't run, bro. Now man are telling me he's overweight. Bruno's one-dimensional. Ericsson can't run. Casemiro can't run. Agate's not better than Rice. You know what I'm saying? Kai Havertz, good little touch and turn. Lewis Skelly. Let's find ourselves a shot, boys. Let's find ourselves a shot somewhere. Bro. Don't know why my Amazon is just moving mad. I see Rice is coming off a party. So I'm saying, Rick, man, try to banter our players and they ain't got no actual answers. Like, who's better than Declan Rice as a DM in the last 5 years in the Premier League? Man said Liam Delap to Arsenal, bro. Come on, man. Ricky is not a fan of Thomas Partey, said the fraud is on. And Trossard just gave the ball away really poorly. We've had to fight for it back. They've won the second and the third ball. Timber does really well. Well played, Timber. Well played. And ref, that could probably be a yellow card as well, bro. This ref's not giving no cards, bro. It's Davis, you Arca. It's just, bro. Yep, fresh legs needed. I do already. Straight away, I'm not happy with Thomas Partey there because Gabriel's won the ball. It's gone into the DM position. Ref, how's that not a card? Honestly. And I do feel like Partey should have been there to clean that up. 3 minutes left of play plus added time. 2 subs have been used. Mikel Merino's on. Partey's on. All the subs in the midfield. We need another winger. We need another winger because this Martinelli team can't continue. It's like we're basically playing with a man down. I might have been tempted to even Amazon have given Kai Havertz player of the match. Who do you man think is player of the match? Kai Havertz. Yeah, I mean, for me, I might look at Jury and Timber, you know. For me personally. I think Timber's probably been the best player for the whole game. Martinelli with the flick on, Havertz with the second flick on. Our defending is turned very passive, and we just got skipped by my man, this Ipswich player, just skipped through Marino and Partey. It's a great challenge from Timber. Why is our defending turned passive all of a sudden? I would rather choose Ipswich players. For what? For player of the match? You would pick a player that lost the game to be player of the match. You're high, bro. I can't even chat to Man United fans about football, bro. What makes me confused is he won players player at Atletico 2 years on the bounce. Timber, yeah, I would say Timber as well. But you know, Spanish football is very slow, bro. It's slow and technical. Like, do you know what I mean? And he is slow and technical, like he is. Ipswich trying to get some shots away now. Hutchinson with a cross. David Raya should gather that. He does. Every Arsenal games are dead. Brother, you criticize us for winning more than you criticize your own team for losing. You man lost 2-0, bro. You man have no like sense of like being humble or just like being chill. You know what I'm saying? You man lost 2-0 yesterday to Wolves. Like, what are you on? You lost to a team that's 1 point above relegation. It's just hit 90 minutes. How long have we got added on? 4 minutes of added time. Martinelli driving towards the box. He's got 2 people on him. What can he do, Martinelli? We'll take the throw. Martinelli just can't do nothing. Like, when he's in that corner here with the ball at his feet, he just can't do nothing, bro. He actually just can't do anything. He needs his right foot. He can't even drop a step over or something like that. Like, Ipswich using their last sub. And Arsenal only used 2 subs today. Erdegaard from the throw on. We're going to try and just keep that ball in the corner, maybe. Timber. Ipswich tried to get the ball clear. Timber again. Havertz is going to run to the corner to shit out his way. This is what he does. Havertz. Oh, he's got the ball out. Partey does well. Man said Martinelli fake Brazilian, bro. The fakest Brazilian in the league is Anthony, 100%. Martinelli cost 6 million from the Brazilian second division. Anthony cost 85 million. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's fake, do you know what I mean? It's that Beyblade, bro. Ipswich trying to come away. They can't. Passing's off. David Raya takes the ball back to his box. I still want us to score a second, man. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. Raya goes long. Can Havertz hold it up? The ball doesn't really hold it up. It just kind of bounces off of him, which is Havertz's signature move. And Havertz is giving away a cheap free kick. Keeper's going to take it and try and go long. What were they looking for? Hutchinson. No, Hutchinson's come off, isn't it? Is Hutchinson off? No, I think he's still on. There he is. He is still on. It's good feet from Hutchinson, to be fair. Havertz makes a good tackle. Martinelli. Has he got the legs to go? Still Martinelli. Still Martinelli. Oh, he's just caught. He's just caught in the challenge. There were 2 or 3 of them on him, to be fair. It was just him on his own. Ipswich looking for a draw. And Arsenal have to make sure that we do not concede. Don't want to jinx it, but it's a team that doesn't score many goals against a team with a very, very good defensive record. So the odds are with Arsenal, but you never know. They're going to need a shot at some point, though. It's coming up towards that 94th minute. They're going to need a shot. Hutchinson probably going to look for a cross. Shot deflected. Oh, the referee. Absolutely. Timbers. Lewis Skelly again is just clattered to the floor. Bro, Lewis Skelly again, bruv. It definitely feels deliberate, blood. What's going on? The ball has come off of Havertz's hand, which is what they're appealing for, but his hand's down by his side. And that is the full-time whistle, blood. That is it. 1-0. And Amadiana said, I don't think they're going to survive. Bro, the way they play today, I hope they don't survive, blood. Get these scrubs out of my league, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the way that they've tried to bully an 18-year-old Miles Lewis Skelly 3, 4, 5 times, trying to grab him up by the shirt, trying to bully him, trying to throw him on the floor. I don't like that. They even tried to do that against someone that's like a, you know what I'm saying, like there's an established first-team player, a more senior player, or something like that. They've done it to a youth player that's still just getting his footing in the game. Imagine something that, like, we tried to bully Kobe Mainoo and kept fouling him and throwing him to the floor. I'm not on that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a dickhead thing from my perspective. But listen, it's been real. 1-0 Arsenal. That puts us back on top. Well, not back on top. Puts us back second, I should say. Liverpool, we're only 6 points behind Liverpool. Now, Liverpool do have a game in hand. Let's bear that in mind. Who is that game in hand against? Let me have a look at Liverpool's fixtures. Their next game is West Ham at West Ham 2 days from now. So realistically, they're probably going to win that game. West Ham have won 2, drawn 2, and lost 1 in their last 5 games. Could be a draw, but I probably see Liverpool winning. So Liverpool probably going to be 9 points clear. But still, for right now, only 6 points away from us. And we haven't had the best start to the season. So I'm pretty happy with that performance. Obviously, no Saka. We need to look at this Martinelli on the right-hand side. I just don't think that it works. But I don't know what else we can do because Trossard's playing off the left and Trossard's the one that got us the assist. So, but on other days, I think they might have to switch. They might have to take 15, 20 minutes one side and then switch and do different things because, boy, I'm not sure about... why did you say Everton? Now, Liverpool's next game is West Ham. Liverpool's next game is West Ham 2 days from now at West Ham. And then on the 5th of January, they play Manchester United, which will be a derby. Hopefully, Man United can get some type of result there. Not that I think they will, because Man United is shit. But, you know, it's a derby, so anything can happen, right? But listen, it's been real. I'm going to end the stream there. 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Boring football, but it is what it is, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the stream is more entertaining than the football, to be honest with you. So thank you to everyone that tuned in. Make sure that you like the video. We're going to be back with more football, boxing, all that good stuff. Peace and love. We're out. Love.